And welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I'm Michael Pinter, and this is where I teach you how to start flipping or wholesaling houses in New York, or if you're already doing it, how to build your business. So the topic today, again, by request. I can't believe how far back my hairline is receded. The topic today by request is how to get the seller to accept a lower down payment than the standard. Now, the standard down payment in New York is 10%, right? So if you're buying a property for $300,000, if you go through the usual channels, the seller's attorney is going to send a contract to your attorney that says, give us $30,000. Now, the truth is most sellers don't know that or really care about it so much. The issue is really the seller's attorney. So I've spoken about this before. As soon as a seller agrees to your price in New York, you have to start working on and you want to wholesale the property. And if you don't want to wholesale the property, the only one you really have to worry about is the one we're talking about today, which is the deposit. But if you're going to close on it, then you should get the money for it anyway somehow. It might be better to get the 10%. That's another discussion. But the three seeds you have to plant, once a seller says yes, if you are wholesaling the property, are assignability, because standard contracts in New York are not assignable. Clause 26 says not assignable. The other issue is the size of the down payment. If you want to wholesale in any kind of size, and you want to do multiple deals, you're going to want to keep your down payments less than 10%. And you want to talk about showing the property, because you need to show the property if you want to really wholesale it and get the most for it. But let's focus on just the deposit today. So what I say to a seller to deal with the deposit, and the truth is I probably could put 10% down on most of the deals, but I never know how many deals I'm going to get. If I put 10% down on 5 deals this month and I get 5 more, it could affect my cash position. What I say to them is, listen, I do a lot of transactions, and anybody can say that because everybody does a lot of transactions. If I put 10% down on every one of them, I'd probably be out of business. I think you'd understand that. So I want to put $5,000 down on this transaction, and I'm not going to walk away. It's not a trivial amount of money, and I'm definitely going to get you the money that we agree on. The point of that, to plant that seed, is that when now let's understand, the seller's never going to tell his attorney that, because he's never going to remember that. But what's going to happen is that the seller's attorney is going to send the contract to your attorney that's going to not be assignable, going to ask for 10%, and not mention anything about showing the property. So when your attorney responds to the seller's attorney and says, hey, the seller and buyer agreed on $5,000 and it needs to be assignable, the seller's attorney is going to call his client and he's going to say, what's the story with this? Now, if you had the conversation with the seller's attorney with the seller earlier, then the seller will say something to the seller's attorney like, yeah, we spoke about it, it's okay. Now, even if you agree to, let's say, $5,000, the seller's attorney may say, let's ask for more, let's ask for $10,000. And that's very often negotiated, despite whatever you say with the seller, and you have to determine whether you want to fight over it or not. I usually give in and end up giving more. It's a negotiation, but at least you're starting from $5,000 instead of, in the example I gave, from $30,000. So that's really what you say. You say, you have that conversation with the seller before he speaks to his attorney the first time. And I'll say it again. I do a lot of transactions, and if I had to put 10% down on each of them, I'd probably be out of business. So I'm going to put $5,000 down on this one. Your attorney might ask you about it, but you don't have to worry about me walking away from the deal. It's not going to happen. That's what I say, and that's what I would recommend you say to every seller anytime they agree to your price. Get that number out there. Now, I know some of you are coming here, and after you've watched other things on the internet where it said you need a $50 check and they don't even deposit it. That doesn't work in New York. In New York, because an attorney's involved, you have to put a significant deposit down, thousands of dollars. I know there are people who do it for $500. Friends of mine up in northern suburbs of New York, in Westchester and Orange. If you can get away with that, get away with it. But I found most attorneys feel like if the buyer, doesn't give something significant, then they feel like it's not worth their time to prepare the contract. So that's really the whole issue here, is sort of convincing the convincing the seller's attorney that you're serious and that you're going to close, so he doesn't waste his precious 20 minutes of preparing the contract for nothing in his eyes. So that's how you do it. That's how I phrase it. I always phrase everything that I'm trying to get from the seller in relation to making this transaction go smoother. So like I say to them, I want to get you your money. I'm serious. This is it. For assignability also, I say, listen, I want to close when we're supposed to close, and I need it to be assignable to do that. Those are the kinds of things you have to frame it in relation to where it's a benefit for them. And then when the seller's attorney calls them, they will say something like, yeah, we had a discussion about it and it's okay. So that is today. So, housekeeping, if you like these videos, please click like. Go to howtoflipnewyork.com to get more information about how I can help you. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. What else? I think that's it. All the information of how I can help you also is above on Facebook and below on YouTube. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And have a great day.